during this time of confusion on the world and in our country. The second thing, try something new. Try something different. The story goes that Henry Ford was interviewing two candidates for the same job. They both had similar education and similar experience. They went out to eat to a restaurant, and after the meal, he pulled one of the young men aside and said, "I will not be hiring you. I'm going to hire the other guy." And the young man said, "Well, why did you choose him over me? We have basically the same qualifications." And Henry Ford said, "Well, two things. One, I noticed that you never even talked to the waiters. You were polite to me, but you never even noticed any of the waiters. And he was always polite and said thank you and please to them. But most importantly, when the food came, you put salt on your food before ever tasting it. He, on the other hand, tasted his food, and after he ate it, added salt. You're unwilling to try something new." You see, there's some new things you need to try in your life. Here's something new. How about tell someone about Jesus? Statistics vary, but they all seem to say about 85% of believers have never shared their faith with anyone. I didn't say led someone to Christ or said a sinner's prayer with them. They just never simply told them they're a Christian and why. You don't have to be a pastor. You don't have to have a degree to share what Jesus did for you. Just tell somebody what Jesus did. How you were once lost and are now found. How whether it was a friend bringing you to church or you were reading the Bible or everything just finally clicked and you realized that I was a sinner. I was separated from God. I was going to a place that Jesus said didn't have him. And I realized Jesus died for me. You can use phrases like I asked Jesus into my heart, I became born again, I repented. Whatever phrase you want, just simply tell people what happened to you. And here's something new. How about try letting go of old bitterness and let go of the pains of your past? The story goes of an old lady who never married. In fact, she never even dated in her entire life. And when she died, she had handwritten instructions for the funeral director. And in those instructions, she said, "I want only female pallbearers. I don't want any men carrying me out because they wouldn't take me out when I was alive. I don't want them taking me out when I was dead." May I suggest to you that you try something new and let go of that old bitterness and anger and frustration that's just imprisoning you. Do something new for Jesus.